turn my back, you laughing.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Darnold from the gun. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's taken in at the 9. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Alert, man, 80. Alert, 3.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Out, protein spill. Red 80. Red 80. Buzz.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on. That one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 10.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he fields it cleanly. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Strip that ball.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Number 53, 53. Hey. Hatchet. Red 80. Check. Greystone travel. Check.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 30 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mike, 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Single. 117, 117.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack on first down, Mayfield. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go. Hey, Will. Mike 57. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. King. He's checking.
From the gun, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
We're outside. 53. Check 53. Wild Bill. Red 80. Check 50. Hey, Alpha. Check 53's mine. I'm going to take it.
A first down throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joe Schobert gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
It's going to be a long day.
Darnold now to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
6'6", pull it high. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Red 80. Heavy, give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Newell's got it, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now the Browns will use the first timeouts, and they'll be disappointed.
Mike Bobo. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Red 80. 44. Mike, 44. Who that? The lady. Check.
Now Bell. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Hey, watch your leg. Watch that. The lady. Check 13. Hey, lady.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now third and goal.
Check the backer. The lady. Hey, Zoo. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, son.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
180. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
On first and 10, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now Mayfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it first and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Tight right, tight right. 3 down, 3 down. Ready? Check 50, check 50.
Now Darnold. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Darnold now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Whip. Watch the whip. Ready? Hey, wahoo! Right. 51's Mike. Mike 51. Check pass. Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Here it comes.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Bell. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
13 more yards. The tackle by Darius Randall. A gain of 13 brings up 2nd and 2.
We're going to sign.
At the Browns' 36-yard line.
Here I come. 25, check 25. Check 4. And 80. 44 is the mic. 44 is the
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Get him, boy.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Y'all playing wrong football.
Mayfield on play action. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Quinnen Williams coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion.
And 180. First down.
Check 53's Mike. Not here. Check. Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield now from the 50. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Faking the give, Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
22 Jet Bomber. 51's the mic. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Hey, smooth. You gonna get this? Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Watch it down.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, alert 33. Watch the run, watch the run.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mecole Hardman, 93 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Point it right. King. Go.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The safety, Marcus May, in there on the coverage.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That second down play nets a -4.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Are you crediting your defense?
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check the out read. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Young lady.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's looking deep for Bell. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
53 is the mic. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, alert! Check Mike 57. Hey, Charlie. I got you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 77 yards, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Hey, high 7.
Man, 80. 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. That'll put him over 100 receiving yards now in this AFC title game. It's a 1st down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike, he don't know no better.
Darnold on 1st down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the air. Reset.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. Mike's 4-4. Nice, sweetheart.
Yo, lady.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Young lady.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
6 man. Check cross, check cross, check cross. Young lady.
Hey, Delta.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll run it with Bell. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 43-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. Now a first carry for their fullback. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Big time drive. Let's go. Let's hunt.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Darnold now to throw. A screen to Bell. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. What do you think? Play this safe? Just worry about getting to OT?
Yeah, don't make any risky throws. It's going to change the outcome. But if anyone slips, take the big shot.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Silver. No, lady. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. He can't hit that.
Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bravo.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
50, young lady.
I smell fear in that offense.
Now it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
57's Mike. Mike.
Mayfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey, 33. Hey, Haywood. On the team. Regular.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
57's the Mike.
From the gun, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
outside. 53 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check 43. Red 80. Mike 53. 53. Mike. I'm coming.
Topper!
53. Check 53. I got wide. Bang.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And his kick is indeed good. And the Jets are going to win the football game. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.